Alright, this is just going to be a quick vid. It's kind of like a quick review of my Direware Solo V2 Mini. I'm actually in the process of putting it, packaging it up, and I've traded it and everything, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. But before I do so, I wanted to just give a quick review of it. It's not your standard model. It's reduced size. I believe overall it's like 7.9 inches. Blade is 2.9. It's got a S35vn Blade, dark tumbled finish, carbon fiber, bronze anodized, TI side, bead blasted TI side. There's the logo. Pretty sure you guys have seen this in other vids and everything like that. Features the bearings, proprietary bearing system. It might be a bearing system that's used in others, in other knives. I'm not really sure about that specs, but overall, I really like this knife. It's a lot more pocket friendly than my my Solo V2. My Solo V2 was a lot bigger, and it wasn't as pocket friendly, and it was really big in the hands. I mean, I really don't have very big hands, but which is probably why. But this one just seems to fit better. It's got these nice multi-grind. It's kind of like a, mixed strider's nightmare grind, but all these nice angles here. It's a very thick stock. For the most part, it's the same stock as the regular Solo V2, but it's just reduced, as Eric called it. It's kind of like the Emerson Minis, really. Like if you have an Emerson Mini and then the full size, they're all the same stock. It's just that it's smaller. So really nice. It's very solid. I mean, overbuilt. It's like a pocket tank, really. Flies open. Sorry, the lighting in here sucks. Can't really complain too much about it. The one thing is that the pivot sticks up a bit, but that's not really too big of a deal for me. Overall, the carbon fiber is really nice and smooth. Got a, I don't know if it's considered marble, but it's got a nice pattern to it, kind of like fish scales if you look at it. It's pretty interesting. Overall, I'm very happy with it. I used it. It's great. It's a really good EDC. I mean, it seems a bit bigger. It seems a bit thick, but in the hands, it's not so bad. It feels pretty good. Nice thick stock on it. Good jimping all around. I think Eric changes a lot in almost every model, so very often you'll see different styles, different little subtle things with everything that he does. Part of the reason why I'm getting rid of this is actually because I have an S90 coming to me in a few months. I ordered immediately after I got this in. That'll be my third Direware. I mean, he makes really great knives, and for relatively cheap, considering all the work in it and how well built it is. I mean, this thing is really solid. It's got nice early lockup here. It's got his own. You can't really see it in this light. I apologize, but over travel in there, built in there, so you can't. You can't really move it any further. You can't really move it any further than that. It stops. So, but I mean, overall, it's a great knife. I would suggest, if you can, to get on his list as soon as possible. The wait time, I think, is only like a few months. Maybe I waited 6 months for this one. So, but the special thing about this is that this is actually a reduced Solo V2. It's not that this is pretty much the predecessor to the S90, which is his new design. It's pretty much the same thing, but there might be some subtle differences to it. So this is not exactly the this is still considered a solo. And when I ordered this, Eric was actually in the process of trying to develop a smaller size because apparently a lot of people had requested it. So I think this may be one of the first that came out. Don't quote me on that, but the first I've seen, and I'm pretty sure you won't really see very many solos in this configuration, the mini or reduced, whatever you want to call it. But get your hands on one while you can before his wait time becomes, years, because that's generally what happens once the hype gets out there about the knives. Then they generally go up. So it's kind of like my not so good review of it. Sorry, I really don't have much to say about it. But other than it's a great knife. For those of you who own it, know what I'm talking about and how overbuilt this thing is. But with its reduced size, it's perfect. Really, I mean, this is probably one of my favorites so far out of the many customs I've owned. And all right, thank you.